Yeah. You said that you were really tired and you were really hungry, so you passed out. Then I stopped hearing. What'd you say after that? You said you know. And I said yeah. What'd you say? Oh, don't do that no more. Rule of three. A water bottle? I really, really appreciate it.
Codeine, mixed promethazine, I hate when I run out. On the
Look,
dean,
look
I'm
at
getting
Skrilla's new
clean once
tattoo.
my new album Z come out. I done bipped inside a strike, my mama
guy's
called me out
insane.
en route. God damn. Codeine, mixed promethazine, I hate when I run out. On the dean, I'm
Yeah. That's crazy.
Get ready to embark on an epic game development journey and recreate the most popular game ever created, Tetris. With just a few hours of your time, you'll be able to create your very own fully functional and engaging Tetris game using the C++ programming language and the Raylib library. Join me as I take you step by step through the process, from setting up the game loop to creating the game grid
Hey,
and
what's going on,
blocks,
Yusuf?
to implementing movement, collision
Making a game in C++.
detection, and scoring. You will learn invaluable game development concepts and techniques along the way. And by the end of this tutorial, you'll have a polished and exciting Tetris game that you can proudly share with the world. To make sure you don't miss out on any updates and new tutorials, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button to show your support. So, what are you waiting for? Let's dive into the world of Tetris game development together. Subscribe now and let's get started. But why build Tetris on your own if tools like ChatGPT can build it for you in seconds? In today's world of constant distractions, shortened attention
You've seen
spans,
this? It's a
and
good one?
easy access
bet.
to AI tools, it is more important than ever to develop the ability to focus on a complex task and see it through to completion. Building a game like Tetris from scratch will challenge you to break down a complex problem into manageable steps, strengthen your problem solving skills, and improve your ability to concentrate on a
Yeah, this
project
can, I don't know if
from
we could do
start
this
to
in
finish.
one day. This
Today, there
is
are so many distractions vying for our attention, from social media notifications to instant messaging, that it can be difficult to concentrate on any one task for an extended period of time. However, the ability to concentrate is crucial for success in any field,
about to
including
make.
game
We're about to make
development. Without focus, it
Tetris.
is easy to become overwhelmed by the complexity of a project like Tetris and give up before completing it. As my favorite thinker, Charlie Munger, said, I succeeded because I have a long attention span. Google Charlie Munger to see how successful he is and what he has accomplished. Long attention span and focus lead to success. Not to mention the satisfaction that
I'll be a
comes with
crack
creating
gold
something
tier.
entirely from your
God tier
own ideas
decoder. I
and hard
appreciate
work.
it.
I promise you,
Oh,
if you complete this tutorial, you are going to feel very happy. Trust me. Also, learning to build a Tetris game using C++ and Raylib is a great way to improve your coding skills and expand your knowledge of game development. By following this tutorial, you'll be able to learn the fundamentals of C++ programming, such as loops, conditionals, functions, and object-oriented programming. You'll also gain experience with Raylib, a powerful library for building 2D games in C++. In order to follow this tutorial, I expect you to have a basic knowledge of the C++ programming language and a development environment for C++
okay. We two for two.
already
We two for
installed.
two.
I am going to work with Visual Studio Code. Lastly, we are going to need the Raylib library. I have
got that
prepared
too.
a detailed video on how to install Raylib on your Windows computer and use it with Visual Studio Code. You can watch it here. It will help you set up everything on your Windows computer. If you prefer to use Visual Studio, check out the second tutorial I have prepared. It will be linked in the video description as well. If you use a different operating system, you can still follow this tutorial if you have a working C++ setup with the Raylib library. Additionally, if you are new to game development with Raylib, I suggest starting out with our Pong and Snake game tutorials, also linked in the video description.
Wait, build these first. I guess this is harder. Okay, I was kind of hoping I get something easier. Wait, so he says building Pong is easier. Okay, let's
In
do
this
Pong
tutorial,
then.
I am going to show you how to make
It's shorter.
Pong, a simple but very addictive game where the
Okay, I
player
like this. I like
controls
this.
the right
Pong.
paddle and the computer the left one. We are going to build this game using C++ and the Raylib library. At first, we are going to build a simple black and white version, just like the original
Yo,
Pong
is the
of
computer just moving, like-
1973. But at the end of the video, we are
It's just
going
going
to
back and
add
forth.
colors to it to make it look better. Although Pong is a very simple game, it covers a lot of the aspects of computer game programming, like movement, controls, collision detection, scoring, artificial intelligence, and so on. If
That's
you
all good. I
learn
just
how
got
to
on, bro.
program Pong,
I
you will be
eat
able
dinner
to
for a long
program
time. We're gonna make
lot
Pong.
of other games as well. In order to be able to follow this tutorial, I expect you to have a basic knowledge of the C++ programming language to install and what. So, if you have set up everything and you can compile and run a simple Raylib example program, we are ready to go. Our goal today is to develop Pong. It sounds very daunting, but don't worry. In programming, we use a technique called divide and conquer, which means that we break a complex
Oh snap! What hard problems you do, bro? That problem gave me like made me I was about to cry, bro. This try problem. I wish I just solved it like you. You had three. Wait, what? Yeah, what hard problem is that?
problem into smaller, more manageable pieces. Then we solve each piece individually and put all the pieces back together to form the complete solution. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to break
49.
Pong down into
Let's see. I don't know if I solved that. $49. Max points online. My guy did a Yo, this looks hard. It's a 30% acceptance rate. You're cracked. I didn't try this yet, but good shit on you. I'm not gonna get into it
those
though. I
smaller
want
pieces,
to
and
focus on
then
Raylib
write code
for the
to
rest of
solve
the day.
each piece. Here is a list of the pieces we need to solve.
Okay, so we need to create a blank screen in a game loop. We need to draw paddles and a ball. We move the ball around. Check for collisions with all edges. Move the player's paddle. Move the CPU paddle with artificial intelligence. Oh snap! I like that. I like
in
that.
order to create the simple black and white version of the game. Create a blank screen and the game loop. Draw the paddles and the ball. Move the ball around. Collision with the paddle. First of all, let's talk about the game structure. Every game consists of two parts. The part where we define our variables and our game objects like the player paddle, the ball, etc. The other part is the game loop, which is responsible for updating the positions of the game objects and checking for collisions. The game loop is like the heartbeat of the game. The game loop runs over and over again until we close the game. So in each iteration of the game loop, we have to draw the game objects in their new positions and check if there were any.
Bro, I don't know how you did more Elite Code, man. My brain was so fried after that shit, man. I mean, well, I can't say that. I mean, I'm so fried after those problems. Like I was like, I've seen enough.
This happens so fast that we perceive it as continuous movement. Now let's create a blank screen and the game loop. Let's open the C++ starter template for Raylib that I have created with VS Code. You can download this template project by visiting this GitHub repository. If you compile and run this project, it displays a bouncing ball example.
Wait, I'm supposed to have this starter code,
which is part
Isn't
of
that
the
cheating?
we are developing today. But we're going to write everything from scratch.
One of them was
So
legit
in
5
the
lines.
main.cpp
Because they're easy. That hard problem, you're telling me that hard problem with 30% acceptance is easy? No, like for real. Given an array points where points I is xy represents a points xy on a plane, return a maximum number of points that lie on this straight line. Oh. Actually, I don't even want to, like, I might get distracted. Already know me. Let me stop. No, we already have the thing set up.
file.
Oh, so we don't need that?
Just leave the return statement.
Wait, do you know how to make Pong, or should I
Let's
watch this
print
video?
something to the console to see that our set
162 is a 13-line solution. Yo, chill, bro. You're gonna make me get on Elite Code. Don't do me like this. All right, maybe I should should I have it like half and half? I don't know.
setup is working. Cout, starting the game, end line. If we compile and run the game by pressing F5 at the terminal, we can see the message printed. Our setup.
So I have to get rid of all this stuff. We're about to learn hella, boy. I don't know. Put code on the left side because I can't see it. The face can't. Oh, good point. Good point. Okay. Nope, wrong Visual Studio Code. This one. Tripping. What the hell is wrong with me? Of course, I clicked the wrong one. There we go. Okay, so int main. Wait. Let me just see out. Wait, should I have you join? Invite? Yeah. Wait, so what are we doing? Am I watching this video or am I just gonna follow your lead? Or are we both gonna watch the video? I don't really know. Good thing not many people are here. Imagine once the stream blows up, I'm not gonna be able to just send you these invites in chat, bro. I'm not using namespace, so I have to put std out. Oh, he puts using namespace to std. You. Wait, so yeah, what are we doing? We doing like one? Yo, chill. You going too fast, man. I didn't even learn that yet. Wait, yo, yo, why is this guy? Yo, what is all this? Where's my message that says starting the game? Oh, here it is.
Works. Now let's create a blank screen for our game and the game loop. The first thing we have to do is to call the initWindow function. This function
Wait, hold on, hold
initializes a window and takes 3 arguments. The width
I
of
kind
the
of have to
target
get the muscle
window
memory for this.
and the title. For the title, let's enter my Pong game. And for the width and the height, let's create 2 variables to pass into the function. Constant int screen width is equal to 1280.
Wait, what? The width? Height and name? My Pong game? Okay.
Constant int screen height is equal to 800. With the const keyword, we declare these variables as constant because we won't change their values. So in the initWindow function, now we have just to pass these variables as the first 2 arguments. Our window is ready. Now, every time we create a window, at some point we have to destroy it, and we do so with the closeWindow function. So, let's add the closeWindow function here, before the return statement. The basic setup of the game is ready. Let's now work on the game loop. The game loop consists of 3 parts. First, we have to check for any events. Events are things that happen in the game that we need to respond to, like quitting the game, moving the paddle, etc. Then we have to update the positions of all the game objects. And lastly, we have to draw all the game objects in their new positions. We start the game loop with a while loop, like this. While, parentheses, curly brackets. The while loop will run over and over again until we close the game. The first thing we do inside the while loop is to check for any events. Now inside the parentheses, we type the condition. Window should close, parentheses, equals equals false. The window should close function is a very useful function. It checks if the escape key on the keyboard is pressed or if the close icon of the window is pressed and returns true if that is the case. So if it returns true, the game loop ends and the window is destroyed. Our game loop needs 2 more functions. First, we need to call the begin drawing function. This function creates a blank canvas so we can draw our game objects on. Next, we need to call the end drawing function, which ends the canvas drawing. Lastly, there is something else we need to do. We have to define how fast the game should run. We do so
60.
by calling the setTargetFPS function before the game loop. The setTargetFPS function takes an integer as an argument, and that integer is the number of frames per second that we want. I am going to use 60 frames per second. So, setTargetFPS parentheses 60. That's it. If we don't define a frame rate for our game, the computer will try to run the game as fast as it can. So the game speed will depend on the speed of the computer. By defining a frame rate, we make sure that the game runs at the same speed on every computer. For this game, we define that we want to run this while loop and update the display 60 times per second. Now that the game loop is complete, we can run the game for the first time. If we run the game at this point, we won't see anything inside the game window because we haven't drawn anything yet.
Oh.
But the important thing is that we can see the game window with
That's
the
cool.
title and the dimensions we defined, and that we can reliably close the game, either by clicking on this X icon here or by pressing the escape button on the
Would
keyboard.
I say I'm coding in C++ right now? I would say so. I would say so.
We just completed
Well, I found the
a
tutorial,
very
but
basic game loop.
it's definitely
so
C++.
we can remove step number 1 from our list. We have made progress. The second step in creating our Pong game is to draw the paddles and the ball.
Was it draw
First
ball?
of all, let's see
put the
how
radius?
to draw things on the screen. Raylib offers functions to draw all the basic shapes, rectangles, circles, lines, polygons, etc. Each of these functions take a number of arguments, and in each of them we have to tell the function where we want it to draw the
Did
shape
I
on
lose
the
software?
screen.
Or is he just
For
chilling?
example, let's see how to draw a circle. We need to use the drawCircle function, which takes 4 arguments. The first two are the x position and the y position of the center of the circle. The third one is the radius of the circle in pixels, and the last argument is the color of the circle. Now let's talk about the x position and the y position. The origin of the blank window
I bet
we
this is
have
kind of boring for
created
you.
is the top left corner of it.
Oh, appreciate you
So
joining the
this
Discord,
point
man.
right here has x position 0 and y position 0. The x position increases as we move from left to right, and the y position increases as we move from the top to the bottom. So what are the x and y coordinates of the center of the window given that our window is 1280 by 800 pixels? It is 640 by 400. It is the window width divided by 2 and the window height divided by 2. Okay, let's call the function to draw a ball in the middle of the screen. Inside the game loop, after the begin drawing function, we type draw circle. Since the ball needs to be in the center of the screen, we need to just enter the coordinates of the center of the screen here. Screen width
Steam?
divided by 2,
Alright, maybe we
comma,
could do that.
screen height divided
But
by
we should be
2.
good. No one else joined.
Next is the radius of the ball.
Oh, I guess that's better. He didn't put the raw number, so screen width divided by 2. I'll come back to your streams in a few weeks or maybe in a month. I started my journey as well. You started your journey what? Like programming? Appreciate you pulling up though. Wait, what? This is red. What is this?
So let's say it's 20 pixels. And then the color of the ball, white, in capitals. Raylib offers many predefined colors. We use them for now, and we're going to learn how to create our own color.
Wait, why is this? Yeah, programming. I just did Python in school, but I have some projects I want to build and also want to treat my brain. Oh, alright. Oh, hell yeah. I mess with that. I support that.
Colors later on.
Good luck, man.
We are ready to test our code. As you can see, a white ball appears in the middle of the screen. Our first game object
Oh,
is visible.
snap. We just made a game
Now
object.
let's create the
We're
two
lit.
paddles. Since the paddles have
So those
a
are
rectangular
rectangles.
shape, we are going to use the draw rectangle function. Again, this function requires the x and y positions where the rectangle is going to be drawn, a width and a height, and a color. There is a minor difference though. The rectangle is drawn from its top left corner. For example, let's create a white rectangle with a width of 25 pixels and a height of 120 pixels.
A width of 25 pixels and a height of, what do you say?
And a width of 25 pixels and a height of 120 pixels.
Keep in mind that Raylib is actually a CLI, which means you cannot do stuff like rectangle plus rectangle or anything like that. There are functions like comparing colors. Instead of doing color equals color, you do color is equal. What the okay. I guess that's fine. We'll get up on it when we get there.
And place it at 0, 0 at the top left corner of the screen. Draw a rectangle 0, 0, 25, 120, white. Okay, if we run the game, the paddle is placed at the top left corner of the window. But what if we wanted to place it at the center of the screen vertically? Well, our first thought will be to change its X position and make it screen height divided by 2. Is that correct? Let's see. As you can see, the paddle is not centered correctly. As we said, the rectangle is drawn from its top left point. Now we centered its top left point vertically. We want this point to be centered vertically. What is the Y coordinate of this point?
Wait, so if the Y coordinates of that point, wouldn't that just be half of the height, which is 120? So it'd be 60. So it's moving by an offset of 60. So this is X, this is Y. So I would say is that what
is that correct? Let's see.
Screen height divided by 2. In all shapes and open drill, draw with the right top corner being the origin. Meaning to actually center your objects, you have to add half of the size. Yeah. Oh. Okay, nice. Let me see what this looks like. I'm not sure why my terminal's not working. Okay, yeah. So if we want to have it go up a little more, we can just say, is it minus? Minus 60? I would assume so. You know, I suddenly can't type in my terminal. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like, I legit don't understand. Oh, you need to terminate? Thought it was over. Okay, beautiful. Oh, we did it.
See, as you can see, the paddle is not centered correctly. As
I guess that's cool.
Height divided by 2, our paddle will be centered vertically. So we change the draw rectangle like this. 0, screen height divided by 2 minus 60. Let's run it and see if it is centered. Cool, as you can see, the paddle is now centered vertically. Let's move its X position 10 pixels to the right to look better. We just type 10 here for the X position of the rectangle. Great, the first paddle is ready. To create the second paddle, we just have to copy this line of code and change the X position of the new rectangle we're going to create. What is the X position going to be? We need it to be at the end of the window and 35 pixels to the left. Why 35? As we said, the rectangle is drawn from its top left corner, so the top left corner has an X coordinate, screen width minus the rectangle width, which is 25 pixels, minus 10 pixels, because we want a 10 pixel offset from the end of the screen. That's it. If we run the game,
wait, whoa, what the fuck?
At the end of the window and
screen width minus 35. Wait, why 35?
And change the X position of the new rectangle we're going to create. What is the X position going to be? We need it to be at the end of the window and 35 pixels to the left. Why 35? As we said, the rectangle is drawn from its top left corner, so the top left corner has an X coordinate, screen width minus the rectangle width, which is 25 pixels, minus 10 pixels,
Oh,
because we
okay.
want a 10 pixel offset from the end of the screen. That's it. If we run the game, we can see the ball and the paddles at their correct positions. Now, let's draw a line that separates the two sides. This one is easy. We just need to call the drawLine function in the game loop. It takes 5 arguments. The first two are the coordinates of the starting point of the line. The next two are the coordinates of the ending point of the line. And lastly, we need to pass in the color of the line.
Wait, I think we can figure this out. Wait, hold up. So we want it to be in the center, so we're gonna say X and Y is just gonna be screen height divided by 2. Oops, wrong way. It's width height. Screen width divided by 2. And screen height divided by 2. Start position X, start position Y. In position X, in position Y. So it starts off in the center. And where does it end? Wait, no, it shouldn't start off at the center. It should start off at the top of the screen. So the height should be, shouldn't just be the top of the screen's height. And the width, it should be in the center. It's just divided by 2. And it ends, so it's gonna start off all the way at the, wait, X is the width right here. Y is the height all the way up here. So the end position X should be, wait, it should be 0 then. The height should be 0. Is 0 the top? I don't know. I kind of don't know. And it should go all the way down, which would be like, screen height, and make it blue. I don't know if this works. I think this is probably really ugly. Where the hell's my line?
Ending point of the line. And lastly, we need to pass in the color of the line.
Does this not work? I think, wait. Start position X, start position Y. Oh. What does it go here? In the end position of Y? In position of X. X should end off where? I think X should actually just, wait. I think it should actually stay in the same X, because it's a straight line. Right? Like, screen width divided by 2. And then it should go all the way down to the height. I think this makes sense. I did it. We drew the line. Let's go.
The starting point is going to be this point, which has coordinates screen width divided by 2, 0, and the ending point is this one, which has
How do I make it
coordinates
wider? It's a
screen width
small ass
divided by
line.
2, screen height. So in the game loop, before the other element, we type draw line, screen width divided by 2, 0, screen width divided by 2, screen height, white. If we run the game, we can see the line as well. Cool. Our game
Or your
elements
window
are ready.
dimensions.
Step number 2 is now complete. Now, let's animate
Oh, X, I
all
could do
the
that.
elements. So far, we have created
Oh shit,
three
we're about to
game
animate them.
objects,
This is getting
the
lit.
ball and the two paddles. And we have moved them to the correct position on the screen. And in the game loop, we draw them at the same position 60 times per second. If we want to animate these game objects, all we have to do is to move their position a little bit at each execution of the game loop. Since we update the screen 60 times per second, this tiny movement is perceived as continuous movement. First, let's animate the ball. In order to make our lives easier, we are going to create a ball class and give it some attributes and some methods. So we type class ball, curly brackets, and a semicolon. Let's give the ball some attributes and let's make them public. We must know the x and y coordinates of the ball, so let's declare them here, float x, y. Next, we need to know the speed of the ball in the x and y axis. So let's create two more attributes, int speed x, speed y. Lastly, let's give the ball a radius, so the code is more flexible, int radius. Now, so far we only draw the ball on the screen. Let's move this function, which draws the ball on the screen, inside.
Wait, hold up. Speedy wise. Speed Y and
the ball object where it belongs. Void draw, curly brackets. Now here we just have to draw the
wait, what did he just do?
which draws the ball on the screen inside the ball object where it belongs. Void draw, curly brackets. Now here we just have to draw the circle at its x and y position, so we change the call like this. Draw circle, parenthesis, x,
Draw a circle. This is actually kind of cool. The fuck did I just? What did I just paste? Don't do that. Draw a circle. Okay.
y, radius, white. Our class is ready. Let's create an instance of it.
There's no way. This is software. This is actually kind of cool.
Ball. And inside the main function, let's initialize the ball object. Let's give it a
Wait, he made ball capital. Oh, I think you're supposed to do other classes.
radius of 20 pixels. As we said before, the ball must be in the center of the screen. So ball x is equal to screen width divided by 2, and ball y is equal to screen height divided by 2. Next, let's give the ball a speed of 7 for the x direction.
Oh, I don't know. Oh. Oh, good catch, good catch. All that x equals screen width divided by x. The fuck? Yo, in Vim, how do you delete a line? Like DL? Delete. How do you delete a whole line? I have no clue. No clue. I might have to just grab it one of these. Damn, yo, Vim is kicking my ass.
Direction and a speed of 7 for the y direction. Our ball object is ready. Let's draw it.
What you got cooking
Inside
up?
the game loop, we simply have to
Oh my god.
call the draw method of the ball object.
Wait, he didn't have any of that inside this while loop? Oh. And
Ball.draw. Now,
wait, so he has draw. Wait, so he got rid of the draw circle. Draw rectangle, draw line. What the hell is this? Little test? Draw rectangle. I gotta test this out. What'd you just do? A Pong game. Whoa, that's cool. It's a little off center, but it's good. Damn. So I still have my draw rectangle. What happened to my draw line? Oh, draw line's all the way down here. Let me get all my stuff up here. So ball dot draw line X. What is that? I don't know what you're doing, bruh. I haven't got a clue.
we need to make the ball move. Let's create an update method to the ball object. Void update.
Yo, what is all this confusing stuff you're doing, bruh? This is a beginner tutorial. Add thickness to the line. Oh, wait, that means I have two lines, right? The void update. Above. But he made his ball outside of main. Put his ball here.
Curly brackets. Now, to make the ball move, we just have to add the speed x variable to the x position of the ball and the speed y variable to the y position of the ball. These two lines of code increase the x and y coordinates of the ball object by 7 pixels each time the game loop is run.
Oh, he put it inside the ball. Wait, what? He did not. Wait, he didn't do that here
coordinate
though.
of the ball object by 7 pixels.
Wait, did he? Wait, did he? Oh, it is inside the ball. Yeah, you're right. Good point. So update will move it by the
Increase
speed.
the x and y coordinates
What
of
about
the
it's gonna go
ball
off the
object
screen,
by
right?
7 pixels each time the game loop is run. Let's call this method in the game loop. Before the drawing part of the game loop, we just call ball.update. Let's run the game.
Wait, he made ball. Oh, wait, why did that? Okay, so I do all of this and then I just say, oh, while window should be closed. You say, wait, when do we start updating? As soon as we start drawing the line, we just say updating. Okay. Okay. I'm guessing this is gonna move. The ball's is gonna start moving.
Game to see what happens. As you can see, it almost works. The ball moves.
What the fuck?
But we have two problems
That's
to
not
fix.
good.
The first problem is that the ball leaves a trace of its previous position. We can fix that easily with just one line of code. But first, let's talk about how the game loop draws the elements on the screen. In every game loop, our game executes these commands one after another.
Why is it? Why is it? How come he has his down here? Does it matter? He has this like the opposite way. I don't know.
First, it draws the line, then the ball, and then the paddles. It does that 60 times per second. Each time it draws something on the screen, it
Updating comes before drawing. Oh,
does not erase what was drawn before. That's why the ball leaves a trace when it moves. So all we have to do is to clear the screen in every game loop before drawing the game objects.
wait, maybe.
in
Oh, wait.
their
Put
new
that cheat
position.
sheet. Can you
So-
put the cheat sheet at the top or somewhere? Like I don't know, like a notes thing. I do want to look at that later. Just not inside the while loop.
Before drawing the object, we simply have to type clear background, parentheses,
Begin drawing. Wait, how come he did it the opposite way? Like he's begin drawing and then he updates the ball. You say that updating comes before. Begin drawing. And then we just say clear background.
blank. See, if we run the game once more, now
Oh.
the ball does not leave a trace that was drawn
Oh.
before. That's why the ball leaves a trace when it moves. So all we have to do is to clear the screen.
That's
in
not
every
Raylib.
game
That's
loop
just how
before
immediate
drawing
mode
the
things
game
work.
objects in their new positions. So before drawing the object, we simply have to type clear background, parentheses, black. With this function call, we tell the computer to fill the window we are drawing with black color, and this way we are clearing it. As you can see, if we run the game once more, now the ball does not leave a trace, so the animation
Oh,
works as
shit.
expected. So we have completed step number 3 as well. That was fast, wasn't it?
that was actually
The
pretty
second
fast.
problem we have to fix is that the ball moves out of the game window. This is step number 4, and we are going to work on it at once. Let's think about the problem we have to solve. The ball
If the
leaves
X and
game
Y-
window
If the X and Y position, my last stream got 200 views. Yeah, it was going pretty well, bro. I don't know what's I don't know why things are going so well. But you know, we'll take that. Oh wow, somebody commented fantastic video. Appreciate the effort. let me make sure to respond to those comments. Now, but I'm thinking if the ball's X and Y position hits like the radius, like the borders of my box or my game, we should just we should just make the velocity or the speed go backwards, like just do like opposite, you know?
From the bottom, when we run the game for the first time. Let's make the ball bounce when it hits the bottom of the screen. The ball object has an X and Y position attribute, which is at the center of the ball. So we have to check if the bottom point of the ball is greater or equal to the screen height. If it is, we have to make it change its direction in the y-axis. But the y-coordinate of the bottom point of the ball is not the same with the y-coordinate of the center of the ball. The bottom point y-coordinate is ball y plus radius. Be careful here. So let's write code for this. In the update method of the ball class we add if y plus radius greater than or equal to. Now we need the window height, but we have declared it inside the main function. We can make it a global variable, but we can also call the getScreenHeight function of the Raylib library, which returns that value. So we add getScreenHeight. Now we have to reverse the speed on the y-axis. We simply type speed y asterisk.
This is so cool, bro. What? So if y, the y position, plus the radius, so the bottom, and then for the top, I have to do it's just y plus. I could still figure this out.
Equal -1. We have to do the same thing for the top of the screen. So
speed times equals. I don't think I would have got that. What is timesing by -1? So it makes the speed go. So it's gonna reverse. So it's gonna reverse? That seems kind of crazy. I'm just like... So this is for the... Let me put a comment. Ball... And if y... Wait, think about it. Wait, hold up. Okay. So y is the... So plus the radius would go down. So y minus the radius is greater than or equal to 0. In a bit, look at the top of the screen, add something. Okay. I'll do it right after this. And then we just say speed of y times equals -1. Okay. So Lishon. Oh, let's try to do a left collision. If okay, wait, so if we're doing so if we're doing a left collision, that means it has to hit 0 as well. But we're not talking about the y anymore. We're talking about the x. So if x minus radius is The greater than. It's really less than 0. Less than or equal to 0, and this one is if x minus the radius is less than or equal to 0, then speed of x times equals -1. This is amazing. All right, BRB, brother. All right. And then right collision is if speed of, no, not speed. If x plus radius is greater than or equal to its screen width, then we say speed x times equal something like that. Something like that. Let's try it. Oh, we just got collisions. Yo, that's actually cool as hell. Alt Z gives me my FPS. Give me an overlay. Wait, I think it's Alt R. I'm at 30 FPS. The menu good. It's been 5 hours since you still grind it. Yes, bro. Every day, all day, never stop. Oh, that's pretty cool. I mess with that.
In the if statement, we add or the down arrow key on his keyboard. First of all, let's create a paddle class and give it some attributes and some methods. So we have to type class paddle, curly brackets, and a semicolon. Each paddle has an X and Y position. That's the top left corner of the paddle. Additionally, we must know the width and the height of the paddle. Also, it can move, so it must have a speed. But it can only move in the y-axis, so we only need one speed attribute. Let's add the attributes to the class. Float x, y. Float width, height. Int speed. Now let's create the draw method of the paddle.
Oh shit, what did I just do? Relive custom engine part 1? What is this? It's kind of cool. About halfway done. Float with height and speed. Nice.
Class which will be responsible for drawing the paddle on the screen. We get this line from the game loop and we paste it in the draw method. We modify this
Draw. And we want to draw the rectangle.
line of code like this. Draw rectangle, parenthesis, x, y, width, height, white. We just draw a white rectangle at a specific point on the screen. Now let's create a paddle object and let's name it player. Paddle, player. In the main function, let's initialize it. Now let's create a paddle object and let's name it
Player.
player. Paddle, player. In the main function, let's initialize it. Player.width is equal to 25. Player.height is equal to 120. Player.x is equal to screen width minus player width minus 10. Player y is equal to screen height divided by 2 minus player height divided by 2.
Player to height. Oh, I just passed an hour. Player to height equals 120. So where's the height? Player dot x is going to equal to screen width divided by 2. So that's the middle, and then minus the offset. Wait, no. Screen width minus player width. The player width is 120. Wait, so the X position? Yeah, I don't know if I understand this. My paddle is going to be at the screen width. Wait, hold up. Oh no, the X is the height. The width of the thing. Whole entire screen width minus. Oh, player width and minus another 10. Oh, okay, okay. Because this is for. So I guess I'm being the left side. This is not the right paddle. So I guess there's going to be player dot y equals screen height divided by 2 minus the y coordinates is wait no, up and down is the y. So divided by 2 minus the player. What do you think? So you want it to be in the middle, and you wanted to, but you want to subtract it by player dot height by half of the height of the paddle.
And let's set the player speed as well. Player speed is equal to 6. Lastly, we have to call the draw method of the player object in the game loop, just like this. Let's test our code. As you can see, the modified code works and we can see the player paddle at its correct position. But it is standing still. Let's animate it. So let's create
Player dot draw. Yeah. That was cool.
An update method in the paddle class. Void update curly brackets. We want to move the paddle up when the user presses the up key on his keyboard. With the is key down function, which takes a key constant as an input. So to check if the user has pressed the up key on his keyboard, all we have to do is to type if is key down, parenthesis, key up. That's it. Now we can just add some speed to the Y position and we are done. Y is equal to Y minus speed. We subtract the speed from the Y position because we want to move the paddle up. And since the origin of our screen is at the top left, if we want to move upward, we need to decrease the Y coordinate. We can do.
Wait, my break just went off. I'm taking. That's funny. You came back. I'm taking my 5-minute break though. Yo, we got. It was pretty good. We got the ball going. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this whole video. It's almost 7 o'clock here. I started streaming. I started streaming at like 8 in the morning, bro. Like, sheesh, maybe 9. How long have I been streaming in totals today? This has to be at least 7 hours, right? At least minimum. Anyway, I'll be back in like about 4 minutes. Yeah, what's wrong? I think that's definitely wrong, dude. It's a real name. It's a V in close. Yes. Hey, can you transfer your cousin or your friends or whatever? It's just a whole laptop over there. Yeah, I appreciate it. Just no text. What's weird about last booking if I text me? Let me get back to work. What's going on here? We're programming, bro. Just a little over 8 hours. God damn. The grind is real. The grind never stops, boys.
Do the same thing if the user presses the down key on his keyboard. If is key
Wait, so how does this work? Like if the user is key down, the up key, then we say y equals y minus speed. What is this? Oh, so just go back. So you push it, and it'll just go the opposite direction. That makes sense. If is key, I don't know, up. It only goes up and down actually. But is key down, and then we put key back? No. Key down. Y equals y. So if you go down, wait, y equals y minus the speed? That means, how is Grand Play? It looks like you're copy pasting stuff from that vid. You can't really copy and paste anything. You can look at it, but this is a tutorial. Yeah, it's my first day doing learning this library. So yes, I am following a tutorial. Is key down? Is that what he does here?
Parenthesis, key down, curly brackets, y is equal to y.
Wait, why are they doing y plus the speed though? So if you go down, the y. Oh, because 0, 0 is the top left-hand corner. So if you go down, it's gonna go. Wait, yo, software, you still here? But like, why though? Wait, because if the top left-hand corner is 0, 0, and you push the up key, wouldn't that mean if you go up though, wouldn't the y increase? Like, I don't understand that part. Like, am I tripping hard? Like, if this is the game, right? Hold up. If this is the game, and 0, 0 is here, like the x and the y. If you were to push up, shouldn't your y go up? And then going down, wouldn't this be like down? Like, am I tripping? If you're at 0, 20 and then going up, you would mean decreasing because you'd be closer to 0. Oh. Oh, I guess. So how do we stop the paddle from going outside the board? I think we need some type of check for that. Because if let's say we started at the top and then we say we push the up key, so that means the minus down. That actually makes so much more sense. I'm tripping. I don't know why. I was thinking we're at the origin, but I forgot we start in the middle point. So this actually isn't 0, 0. And once you go up, this is closer to 0, so it's minus plus, yeah. But I think that's gonna go off the board, so we need some type of boundaries check, which I think is coming up next. I don't know why. I think it's the 8 hours of program. It's kind of frying my brain.
The last thing we have to do before
After-
trying the game once more is to call the update method of the player object in the game loop. So under the ball update line we type player.update. Let's now try our game. Great. I can move the player paddle up and down.
I guarantee it's going to go off the
It
board.
stops when I release the buttons. But there is a problem with our code.
I think I can fix this without looking at the video. In update, all we have to do is say that, like, if, and we're going to have some condition that just says if it's out of bounds. So if y starts, so if y is the center. Why is the center of the rectangle, right? Like if we have a rectangle here, right? Our y would be in the middle, so we need to have like half of it up to get the top of it. So if y minus y divided by 2, right? Like I feel like this kind of makes sense. And this should be the top of the rectangle. And if that is less than or equal to 0, no, y is at top left. What? Y is at top left? I think. I don't know what that video does. Wait, I don't know. I want to try to figure this out without looking at the video. Wait, y is top left? Oh, I thought y is the center, like the circle. Oh, okay. That makes it actually a lot easier. So if y is top left, we just say if y is less than or equal to 0, which is like the top of the screen. Oh no, if it's greater than 0, then we'll let it move. And the same thing here. We just like if. I think I could actually figure out the rest of this app without maybe not the artificial intelligence shit. I think it literally just moves up and down. Like it's not actually that crazy. Since y is the top left, we have to say y minus. Isn't it? What do I have in here? Is it width? Height. Height. So that should be the bottom left. It would be the height. So if y minus height is less than get window handle, get window position, get window scale, get window. What is it? I forgot what that function was called. It's like I think it's ahead in my ball. Get screen height. That's what it's called. So get screen height. And if it's less than grid screen height, then we'll allow it to go down. To go down more. Okay, I think this makes sense. I'm going in for it. Oh no! What the hell? Oh, look, it stops. Actually, I got it. Oops, that's not good. The top one works. Top one works beautifully. Bottom one, not so much. Not so much. Okay. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. And we have 2 fucking paddles. A little strange. Software, what do you think the issue is? Because at this point, I think this thing is like 700. It's Y plus height. Oh, yo, dude. I don't know. That always like freaks me. That always like confuses me because we're doing plus to go down. Whenever I think plus, I always think of going up. Yeah. I gotta. Okay, it stops there. Dude, key down doesn't work at all. Yeah, key down does not work. We didn't. I don't know why this was my recommended, but you look like Hassan Piker. Isn't Hassan Piker white? Like what? Wait, who is that? I think Hassan Piker. I put Picker. Yeah, I look like Hassan. Yo, Sophia, this guy on our stream said, I don't know what this is, but you look like Hassan Piker. Look up who Hassan Piker is. What the hell? Yeah, I'm like the spitting image of Hassan Piker, man. I don't know. My bad, I flipped it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what this guy's talking about. I that's crazy. Maybe, I don't know. Wait, so if Y plus height, he said the glasses though. You think so? Huh. I don't know. That's funny. I've never in my life have heard anything like that. So if Y plus height is less than, yeah, it makes sense. You put greater than or something? Okay. Bing. Bing. Okay, this actually works. The only problem is that every time we update I think I'm still drawing the rectangle or the paddle. So there's technically 2 paddles. It's this one. I could get rid of this. And it should fix. Yeah, it's beautiful. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It doesn't work, but... Okay, so, dude, software. All I need to do now is make it so when it collides with the paddle, like it just reverses directions. That's based as hell. I don't even think I need that video. Yo, software, you think you can finish this without the video, or should I keep watching it? I don't know. You're more experienced than me. Is that a stupid idea? Because I'm thinking literally, bro, just like if I got paddle here, like if the ball reaches if the ball's like if the left hand side, wait, no, if the right hand side of the ball Y coordinate, no, X coordinate touches the left hand side of my paddle, boom, collision. Finish the video? Okay. Wait, finish it as in finish the video, or finish it as in finish it by myself? You know what I'm saying?
The paddle can move outside of the screen. We have to fix it before moving on. The fix is easy. All we have to do is to make a change in the update method of the paddle object. We are drawing is a paddle which is out from our list.
Move the CPU paddle with artificial intelligence? I'm gonna finish it yourself? Oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm so down. Wait, don't like write it for me. Like I kind of want to learn this. So ball. Wait, like all right. Before we start writing stuff, like if we had to think this out, where are we gonna handle collisions? Is it gonna be like a collision function? Wait, is that a thing? Is it check collisions like a thing inside this game? I don't know. Should we like BRB? Damn, I'm gonna think I'm gonna just finish the video. Collisions with paddle. How am I gonna do that?
Step in the list. The CPU-controlled paddle is a paddle which is identical to the player paddle, with a minor difference. It is controlled by the computer. So we won't create a new class from scratch for the CPU paddle, but instead we are going to use what in object-oriented programming is called inheritance. This way we are going to type less code and practice our object-oriented skills. We are going to create a CPU paddle class that inherits from the paddle class, which means that the CPU paddle class has all the attributes and the methods of the paddle class. Let's create the CPU paddle class now. Class CPU paddle, curly brackets. Now let's make this class a child of the paddle class. We type public paddle here. Now the CPU paddle class has all the attributes and the methods of the paddle class. So let's create a CPU paddle and draw it on the screen. First, let's create the object, CPU paddle CPU. Now let's initialize it. CPU height is equal to 100.
Yo, I'm kind of sped, bro. Wait, why did I put? This is literally called paddle.
CPU width is equal to 25.
Well, how do we even get here?
CPU paddle CPU. Now let's initialize it. CPU height is equal to 120. CPU width is equal to 25. CPU X is equal to 10. CPU Y is equal to screen height divided by 2 minus CPU height divided by 2, and CPU speed is equal to 6. Now let's call the draw method of the CPU object in the game loop here, cpu.draw, and then
Oh. Oh, you subscribed? All right, got you. Oh, 10. Nah, man, I'm a. Yeah, I figured. I fucking knew it. It literally had. It was like spelled PADD just E before. Oh lord. But I spelled CPU paddle right. I think we just like Control F, find paddle and replace it with. Oops. Paddle and replace it with PADD. I think should be good. You also subbed? Okay. Man, 8-hour stream is kind of crazy. Okay. So we have CPU X, CPU Y, CPU.Y. Keep grinding. Appreciate it. Always grind it. CPU Y, where should that be? It's on this side of the screen, so screen height. Yo, now everybody's subbing, bro. Oh, I can just do that. Double click paddle and wait. You can also just double click click right and change all occurrences. Oh, nice. Appreciate that. Okay, let me think. I'm kind of tired now. All right, so CPU height, like, hold up. Let's go back to our drawing, our beautiful drawing. We want to make this paddle here. So we get the height divided by 2. I think, and then plus we need the CPU dot height. No, minus. I think it's minus CPU dot height divided by 2. Because it, wait, is it like that? I don't know. Nice. Also, remember you didn't know how to do vector 2. Vector 2 basically is just X and Y. Oh, nice. And CPU speed equals 6. I can't wait to actually like use all this stuff I learned. I'm happy I didn't try to build on my own because I was not about to do no inheritance.
We have to remove the draw rectangle function we have here. If we run the game now, we can see that the CPU paddle is drawn correctly. At this point, the CPU paddle inherits the update method of the paddle class, but we need a different one because we want the computer.
Oh, CPU, not CPU paddle, just CPU. Bro, how do I get motivated to code? I'm gonna be honest, I don't. I just like doing this. Like, how do you get motivated to eat? Or how do you get motivated to play your favorite video game? Like, I like it. Like,
To move the
it's not. It doesn't really feel like a chore to me. That's how I've been here for 8 hours straight. I know the stream only says I've been on for an hour 30, but software, no, it was a 6-hour stream before this. I'd follow that tutorial and then try to make something yourself. Yeah, that's my idea. I kind of want to get like finish this, but I don't think I'm building anything else tonight, boys. To be honest, we did like 5 hours of leak code earlier. All right, let's actually make sure this works. I don't know if we're gonna finish this tonight. Oh shit! Was blocked by my device policy guard policy. Hey yo, chill, brother, chill. I'm just trying to make some games. Okay, perfect. Let's go. All right. What do we gotta do next?
To override the update method of the paddle class. We will provide a different update method for the CPU paddle class. Let's do it. Inside the
And maybe use a different library than Raylib and not just follow the tutorial, but actually figure out how to use the library in documentation. Yeah, that's my main plan. I just kind of wanted to get like a brief overview of what's going on. And mainly Software's the one that told me about Raylib. I didn't even know what this was. I was just making random stuff in C++ before this.
CPU paddle class, we type.
Oh, we gotta go back up to CPU paddle. So this is pretty cool. Like, we didn't have to actually rewrite anything. It's just like inherited all of that.
Public
But what do you say? He says we're gonna overwrite the update class. Oh yeah, because the update is going to be controlled by the artificial intelligence.
Void update, curly brackets. Now it is finally the time to move the CPU paddle. For this, we are going to use a very basic but effective artificial intelligence algorithm. All we
Oh
have to do
snap!
is to check if the Y position of the ball, which is in its center, is above the Y position of the center of the paddle. If it is, we move the paddle up. If it is not, we move the paddle down. So in the update function of the CPU paddle class, we type if Y.
Wait, hold up. I'm gonna try to implement that myself. So basically, oh wait, pause. So we got our game shit here. River paddle, balls coming in. If the rectangles are drawn from the top left, I believe. So we need to check the center. So it's just going to be the height divided by 2. And then if the ball, and we're just going to compare that to the balls. balls. Yep, so immature. Y position. Okay, cool. Okay, so if Y. All right, yeah, wait, hold up, yeah. I don't know why this seems. Wait, relax. If Y minus, because Y is the top, height divided by 2, so that'll be the center. I should have like a member function or member variable called center because I feel like that's so useful. But no, but it said the center. I don't think the paddles aren't drawn by the center. It's gonna compare it to the top. You can do that if paddle.y. I thought since we're in the class, I thought it would be like you can't reference. I don't think. I just think you just use X and Y. So if the center of the paddle and the Y coordinate is and what? I don't think you could just put paddle because we're inside the class, so it wouldn't just be X because it's relative to the object itself. I don't know how that's structured. Oh. So if Y minus height divided by 2, which is okay, I see what you mean. I thought you were being very specific. Oh, okay, I feel you. Is less than. Oof, that's the question. I don't think this can see ball. Can this see ball? This is why I need the video. You can't do this, right, software? Because this class can't. I don't know. Maybe. Ball.y and you think that's good? I'll have to pass in ball. Oh, okay, that's what I was looking at. Wait, when I reference a ball, is that gonna be the? Don't I have to get the center of the ball? So shouldn't I do? Oh, wait, software. So shouldn't I do like? This is not the center, so I have to do ball.y. Would minus. Who wouldn't recommend it to work? Oh, I see. Radius, right? No, ball.radius. I think because the radius is the distance from the center to the edge. So if you do ball.y, hold up, ball.y, because y is up and down, minus the radius. I don't know. It's something like that, maybe. We're just gonna say that. Yeah, that's why we got software here. He's pretty big brain. I think we just say that. How did I move stuff in the other one? Like update had what? Did I just say speed minus equal 1? Because we wanted to. If the is the ball drawn at the center of the shape? I think it's the top. That's why I did minus the radius so I can get the center. And if we're saying if the height of this paddle is less than the ball, like basically like it's like this, that means we need to move up. So that means I would just say that. No, I don't have to say speed actually. I just say y minus equal 1. Just keep moving 1 pixel up really fast. I don't know. I don't know. Is 1 good enough? I'm not sure. I am entirely not sure. And then else. No, Raylib circles are drawn in the center. You got this shit, Twin. Appreciate you, gang. Oh, so they're drawn in the center, so I don't have to do minus radius. Just ball.y. Thank you. And then I just say y. If it's not below, if the center of this rectangle is not under it, that means it's above it. That means the ball's here. So that means we need to move down. So y plus equal 1. I have a slight. I'm kind of worried about this one thing. I don't know if that's enough pixel wise, but we'll try it. Yeah, I figured that shit would be slow. You know. Oh no! Oh no! I didn't make collisions. I did not make collisions. Good morning. Oh, it's kind of late, bro. But good morning from wherever you're at. Okay, this actually is it's kind of working. The only problem is that we need to ensure that this doesn't go off the goddamn board. So if y is greater than 0, wait, if y is greater than 0, wait, hold on, no. Watching at Chris 5 a.m. Where are you from, bro? That can't be in America, right? Nah, no, definitely not. Oh, 2 of you guys are from. Oh wow, we got international stream here. So if y, which is the top of the rectangle, right? Y is the top, right? So if y is less than 0, which is the top y here, then we can do this. Singapore. Oh, that's sick, man. Isn't the capital like, no, wait. Is it Kuala Lumpur? Or is that the capital of Malaysia? I don't know. So if y is less than 0, which means it's like anywhere between that's not above the 0 point, then I'll allow the paddle to move. And then the same thing for here. Because this is making the paddle go. I think I mixed this up. This is supposed to be. Okay, if y is less than 0, I'm pretty sure you're comparing the ball to the y coordinate based on the top of the y coordinate of the paddle. But yes. This one's actually supposed to be. What's it? Is it called get screen height? Yes, get screen height. And if the y coordinate which is at the top. So we have to say y minus height, right? Because y minus height is going to be the bottom of the paddle. What do you say? Just make it y divided by 2. I can do that. I don't know why this thing's not popping up in chat. So if this is the bottom of the paddle, and this is the like 800 pixels, which is the screen height. Yeah, if it's less than that, then we can move. Yeah, so if it's less than the screen height, but greater than or equal to, what am I doing? If it's greater than or equal to 0, I'm going for it. It shouldn't go off it shouldn't go off the board. Dude, I don't know why it keeps blocking my game, bro. Ooh. Oh, yo, it's working. Wait, no. No. Something is very wrong here. One of these is hella messed up. Honestly, we've all been a little delusional at times, man. Done. Okay, what just happened? What just happened? It was literally moving before. Software, give me a hint here. If Y, which is the paddle, the CPU paddle, minus the height, so minus the height, if this is the top of Y, the height was this whole thing, so that means Y is right here. If that is less than the screen height, you think I could still just do Y minus ball.y? Y is less than ball.y. Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I don't know, maybe. Because this is the top. It's already the top, right? Did I fuck this up? Is this backwards? I don't know. I think this is 100% backwards. This is 100% backwards. There's no way. What I like. Oh shit! I dropped my camera. Lord, why am I getting folded so hard? I don't understand. Even if I just, even if we just did Y, right? Like just straight up Y. If Y is less than the screen height, yeah, I think this is definitely backwards. This is minus. Let me add some comments. This is going. Yeah, okay, we were on the same wavelength there. I think that was the problem. Because it definitely seemed backwards just by looking at it. And then this is if Y is why I say less than 0. Oh yeah. If Y is less than the ball, it means we need to move up. So this is moving up. So many people are joining. What the hell? Why am I getting famous right now? The world's Most mid programmer. Oh wait. Oh wait. Oh wait. I mean, you know what? We take that. We take that. So how do we know? How do we know what? So do you know what lexing? What's lexing? Nah, bro. I don't know what that is. I can. I think we can make that like a little bit faster. Like maybe like 8. Yo, we just made an AI, bro. We got artificial intelligence. Nah, but there's no. I didn't make collisions yet. I didn't make collisions yet. How do we want to do that? Because now we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to. We have to tell if the ball is hitting the paddle. You might say, "Hey, how do we do that?" I think since I think I'm gonna update the AI. It's not fast enough. Oh, I mean, at least it works though. It's fine. I'm gonna update paddle, and then each of these should have a like a collision button. I would imagine, right? How did I handle collisions other places? I think I did it in the ball, like in the ball itself. Oh yeah, so bottom collision. So we just need the same thing for the paddles. And I'm guessing we could either do it in the I think we should do it in the ball because the ball already has collisions with the collision. Oh, it does? I mean, it's a learning experience. Oh, we could pretty much just take this, but do it for the paddle as well. I would do something like this, like void paddle collision, and we're gonna pass in. It has to know where each paddle is at once. So yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, I am. I am. I'm doing that inside the ball, so it's gonna have to know where both paddles are. So we just say. I made my class paddle underscored. I mean lowercase. I don't know what's wrong with me. Should you like change all occurrences of or something? Okay. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. Actually, I don't care. I'm just gonna leave it lowercase. Whatever. So paddle, and we're gonna say player, and it's gonna be a reference to the player paddle, and we're gonna say CPU. Well, no. Just do change all occurrences of the type and the new name of the class. Change all occurrences. Oh, I did not. What the fuck? Why is it creating sevens? Why is it doing 7? Oh lord, I don't know what's happening. Oh, because I was in Vim. Okay. PADD. Okay, that's neat. Thank you, thank you. And it's more a paddle, and we're just gonna say that that's a reference to the CPU. Nah, that was me. That was me. So what we're gonna say is that if we're gonna have to do x minus the radius, so if okay. We need the x and y coordinates, I think. So it's x minus radius, which is the left-hand side, is... Oh, we have to make sure it's in the y and the x. Okay. Let's check if it's the y first. So if y is less than... Wouldn't it have to know the top and the bottom of the paddle to know if it hit? And say if it's in between that range? Alright, so if y is less than... Okay. I don't know, man. Oh, my brain's gonna fry.
Plus height divided by 2 greater than, that's the y coordinate of the center of the paddle. Now
Height divided by 2.
we need the y position of the ball. Let's get it as an argument, ball y. So we have to declare it here, int ball y. So if the center of the ball is greater than the center of the paddle, we need to move the paddle up. So we subtract the speed from the y coordinate of the paddle. Y is equal y minus speed. Now let's check if the ball center y is less than the center y of the paddle. If y plus height divided by 2 less than or equal to ball y is equal to y plus speed. Okay, our basic algorithm is ready. Let's call the update method in the game loop and give it the ball height value as an argument because it needs it. Let's run the code to see if it works. As you can see, the CPU paddle is moving by itself and it follows the trajectory of the ball. It does not move outside of the game window, but it is a good idea to enter some limitation to its movement, as we did with the player paddle. So we just have to copy and paste this block of code from the paddle class to the CPU paddle class called check collision circle rec, which checks if a circle collides with a rectangle. It is exactly what we need. We need to check if the ball, a circle, is colliding with a rectangle, a paddle. Let's use it. In the game loop, we write if...
Wait, there's just a straight up... Oh yeah, you did tell me there was a collision function.
check collision circle rec. Now,
Yo, it straight up just says... It just checks if... That's an insane function. That is insane. If check collision circle rec. No, this is crazy. That's like a beautiful function.
Some arguments: the circle center, the circle radius, and the rectangle to check for collision. The first argument is of type vector2, so we type vector2 curly brackets, and we just pass the x and y coordinates of our ball object, so ball x, ball y. The radius is just the ball radius. The last argument is the rectangle we want to check for collisions. It is of type rectangle, so we need to give it the top left corner coordinates of a rectangle and the width and the height of that rectangle. Let's check for a collision with the player paddle. All we have to type is rectangle curly brackets player.x, player.y, player.width, and player.height. If the function returns true, we have a collision with the paddle, so we have to reverse the speed of the ball
Width and Player dot height. Okay. And if this is true,
in the x direction. We just type ball.speedx asterisk equals -1. We do the same thing for the CPU paddle as well. If check collision circle rectangle, parenthesis, vector2, curly brackets,
I mean, can't we just literally copy this? Paste this here, and then it's the same ball. We just did a new rectangle, and we're just gonna do. All right, I'm so happy I did not have to actually do that collision stuff. That kind of just did not seem like something I feel like doing right now. I'm almost certain that this should work.
ball x, ball y, ball radius, rectangle, curly brackets, CPU x, CPU y, CPU width, CPU height, ball speed x asterisk equals -1. Believe it or not, our collisions are ready. Let's check our game.
Player.x equals screen width. Player.y equals screen height. What was that thing I was doing? Init window, yeah. The CPU paddle, where's that at? Why am I do y? Why is it y plus height divided by 2? Y? Plus the height. Oh, it's the center of the paddle. Okay.
As you can see, the collisions work fine. If the ball hits on a paddle, it changes its direction. Another step is now complete.
Who the hell put
Let's
us?
move on to the last step we have to complete. Let's add scoring to the game. First of all, let's create two global variables for the player score and the CPU score.
Oh my god, what?
Before the ball class, on the
That's
top
not
of the
very
file,
good.
we type int player score is equal to 0.
Do you guys see that? That is terrible. Every time it hits the paddle. Okay. When he hits it, his is like messed up. Oh, maybe that's just a glitch. Alright, that's actually kind of cool. I might as well finish it, you know? Fuck it.
0 and int CPU score is equal to 0. Now we have to check whether the player or the CPU wins a point. The CPU wins a point when the ball hits the end of the screen here, and the player wins a point when the ball hits the other end. So inside the ball class, in the update function, we have to make some adjustments to the code. We have to break this if statement into two parts. X plus radius greater than or equal to get screen.
Oh my god, I'm so tired. Damn, it's been another 2 hours? Holy shit, it's been like 9 hours of streaming. Alright, boys. Honestly, I think that's enough for me. Oh, there's not that much time left. I might as well finish it. I should finish it, right? But I'm so ready to go to sleep.
Width, the CPU wins a point when this happens. So let's increase. Wins a point when the ball hits the other end. So inside the ball class, in the update function, we have to make some adjustments to the code. We
Wait,
have
again?
to
Alright, wait,
break
let me
this if statement
let me do the score. Let me do the score.
into two parts.
If x plus radius is less than or equal to get screen above, okay.
X plus radius greater than or equal to get screen width, the CPU wins a point when this happens. So let's increase the CPU score. CPU score plus plus. Then we have to check if the player wins. If x minus radius less than or equal to 0, player score plus plus.
What did he just do?
Cool. Now we can display
Did he just make that one big if statement? X plus radius is greater than or equal to square root of wolf. CPU score plus plus.
The points on the screen. We're
Man, I'll play it. I'm actually so tired. Okay, it works. I'm so confused on what he did here.
X plus a point when this happens. So let's increase.
I've never seen somebody make like who codes like that? I don't know. So if it hits the right collision, the CPU scores, and if it hits the left collision, then player score plus plus. I think I'm just gonna do it like that because
The CPU score. CPU has to use font function inside the game loop, where we draw all the game objects on the screen. Draw text. Now we need to provide the function the following information: the text we want to draw, the X and Y position where we want the text to be drawn, the font size, and the color.
so draw text like I think we should just have like SCD2 string. Okay, that makes sense. CPU score.
The color is easy, white. The font size is also easy. A value around 80 works fine. For the position X and position Y for the CPU score, let's put 20 pixels from the top of the screen for the position Y. And let's say screen width divided by 4 minus 20 for the X position. Now we want a text to print for the CPU score. We just want to print the CPU score, which is an int number. CPU score. So we have to convert it to text. Raylib has a function for that.
Text format?
Text format, parentheses, quotes, %i, comma, CPU score. Our function is ready. We do the same for the player score. We just copy and paste.
Well, that's pretty cool. The text format, and you could put in parentheses with a percent sign.
This line of code. We change this to player score and change the X position location to be closer to the player paddle. That's it. Let's try it. As you can see, the score appears on the screen. If we let the computer win, we can see that the ball disappears and the CPU score keeps increasing. We are not resetting the ball when someone scores, so it moves out of the game window. That's something we have to fix. It is easy, don't
Wait, but there's an issue. Oh, you put it in the same place, maybe. I think that's the problem. Because there's no... Oh, .c string? Why don't you just use the text format? Text format, and then... What is that percent?
worry. Let's create a new method in the ball object and name it reset ball. We need to return the ball to the center of the screen.
Let's see. Oh, it works. That's kind of cool. Dude, why does it do that? That's kind of weird. I think my AI is a little fucked up. Why does it keep going under this thing? I don't know. Right, this actually is pretty cool. Um, does this work the same way with format?
We have to fix it.
Text format? And then percent I? You know what is this right? I kind of don't really understand how this works. What is the percent for? Is it telling it that that's a variable? And then not I guess that's what that does. Oh, that was actually pretty fun. That was, and we need a reset.
It's easy, don't worry. Let's create a new method in the ball object and name it resetBall. We need to return the ball to the center of the screen. This is easy. X is equal to getScreenWidth
Reset ball. X was a screen width divided by 2.
divided by 2 and Y is equal to getScreenHeight divided by 2. We also need to give it a random direction in both the X and Y axis. We are going to use the getRandomValue function of the Raylib library. We are going to multiply speedx and speedy values with either 1 or -1 randomly. So let's create a list of just two values, -1 and 1. Int speed choices brackets 2 is equal to curly brackets -1, 1.
What the fuck? What'd you just do? Why are we? Why? What? Okay. My brain kind of hurts after this. I'm gonna try to make snake after this. Wait, did you, what'd you do? It does not reset the ball though. Ball that reset ball? Wait, is this gonna reset the, but wait. Oh, I see what you're doing, but oh, you have reset ball hit every time someone scores. Okay, that's actually pretty smart. But what is the default values? Because when we first start the game, none of these things are none of these things are initialized. Isn't that like a problem? Oh, they just, I don't think it's working, dude. Like, look, it's gonna score and nothing. It didn't reset anything. There's a problem. Your reset ball function is not working. I don't know why. I don't know, man. What's going on here? Why is reset ball not working?
Now let's multiply SpeedX by a randomly selected item.
Try it now. What'd you fix? What'd you do? It doesn't work, dude. He scored on me and it didn't reset.
Of this list. SpeedX asterisk equals speed choices brackets get random value 0, 1. We do the same thing for the SpeedX variable. SpeedX asterisk equals speed choices brackets get random.
You don't think you made this more complicated software? I feel like the guy in the video is kind of short. It was kind of short. It doesn't reset. I don't know why. I really don't. Where'd you? Yo, he's making the thread sleep for Chrono. Yo, this guy name's Chrono. Cherno. Yo, bro, software is kind of cracked, bro. I just learned about Cherno like a couple days ago. It doesn't. I feel like you're making this more like complicated though. The guy in the video is pretty calm.
Value parenthesis 0, 1. Just like that, we randomize the speed of the ball.
What happened to all the code with like placing the paddles and shit? I kind of liked how it was before, man. The ball was resetting. The ball was about to be reset. Why are we sleeping for 2,000 milliseconds?
Our game is almost ready. Let's call the reset ball method when each player scores a point. Reset ball. Here.
You have to include Cherno at
here.
the top.
We can test it out and see that it is working great. Of course, there are a lot of things we can improve on this game. We built the most basic version of the Bonk game possible to learn how to work with C++ and the Raylib library. Before
Get random value 0, 1. It's pretty cool. I feel like the ball speed does that. I don't think that has to be reset because it's like that's a constant. The ball radius is also a constant. Wait, but you didn't. Oh, we didn't randomize what direction it goes in though. But you're gonna be okay. Let's see. Nah, it doesn't work, bro. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why, man. I would like it to reset. It just refuses to get reset. It doesn't work, bro. It literally does not work. I'll try it again. Okay. Am I tripping? Is it not compiling? Is this the same game? It literally won't reset under any circumstances. This reset like will not. Reset at all. It's broken, bruh. It's broken. You think you fixed it? Okay. Hell no. Oh, wait, maybe you fixed it. Nah, dude, the whole game just like freezes or something. That was weird. It could have just been me though. Not. Oh, it's because you made it pause for 2 seconds. That's what it is. Let's do 1 second. I feel like 2 seconds is a bit egregious. It just looks like I do like the idea of it pausing though. Wait, how'd you do the random directions though? Wait, what? Maybe 0.5 seconds? I feel like that's. Oh, it doesn't do that? Milliseconds? Let's do like 500 milliseconds. Wait, yo, software, pull up the line 56. How do you do milliseconds? And how'd you make it go in a different direction each time? Went through like half a second. Oh, you could do that. And then this thing gets like starts pissing the bed. Oh, you have to actually put milliseconds. Oh, you gotta do churnal literals, bro. And you get MS. But how'd you make it go in different directions? I didn't see you do like the. I didn't see you do that thing. Yeah, what? Yeah, that for real. How did you do that? You don't have like the random choices. Speed is -1 or 1. Reset ball just puts it in the middle. So how do you determine where it goes? Doesn't the ball have to like shoot out somewhere? Like I'm not sure where you did that in the get random value. But so how does it? Why does it always go in a random direction? It seems like. No, but after the reset, it goes in a random value. Like, look. Like, if it hits right here, oh, it keeps the same momentum it had before. It's not actually random. It always goes to the opposite guy's corner. Oh. Yeah, we should fix that, dude. Maybe not. I don't know. I think I could fix it really quickly. I thought it was random. It's not really speed choice, more like direction choices. I guess negative speed is going backwards. It's supposed to be like that? Oh, though the guy in the video did something different. Yo, but that was pretty fun. Should I try to like delete all this or like open a brand new file and try to build it myself or something? Or what do you think? Like, is that how I get cracked at Raylib? I think the stream's pretty good, dude. Like, the stream's been getting a lot of views these days. I don't know what it is. C++ is blowing up. I'm blowing up. We're all blowing up. Anyway, if you're gonna hop on tomorrow, yeah, I'm gonna try to build this again, like without any delete everything except init window. All right, yeah, I'm gonna try to do this again because that was actually pretty fun. So, that was a really fun day. That was at least like 9 hours of programming, 5 hours of C++, and like 2 hours of RayLib. I want to get cracked at RayLib so I could start making we could start doing like some machine learning and teaching the machine learning how to do it is. Hell yeah. All right, I got to get some rest though, but appreciate you pulling up and supporting the stream, man, and teaching me some of that good stuff. And really, really, really good on that solving those hard problems on LeetCode. It's pretty impressive, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna be a crazy crack dev one day, man. You're already kind of